sticks, 86, hit the switch, we taking flight. Real world flows, checklist tight, cockpit glowing through the night. General aviation, props to the heavies, yeah, he flies it all legit. 10K up, boom, boom, room, chat already getting Leo sticks, 86, hit the switch, we taking flight. Real world flows, checklist tight, cockpit glowing through the night. General aviation, props to the heavies, yeah, he flies it all legit. 10K up, boom, boom, room, chat already getting. Push back on the ramp, yeah, the stream's about to roll. Flows like a pilot, but the rhythm got that soul. GA pistons humming, feel the throttle when it kicks. Then he jumps into the air, but call him Leo sticks. Biz jet sleek, 737 on the climb. Checklist reading clean, every switch is on time. IFR mind with a V and far swagger, but the landing's on deck. He don't bounce, never stagger. Yeah, Leo sticks, 86, hit the switch, we taking flight. Real world flows, checklist tight, cockpit glowing through the night. General aviation, props to the heavies, yeah, he flies it all legit. 10K up, boom, boom, room, chat already getting Leo sticks, 86, hit the switch, we taking flight. Real world flows, checklist tight, cockpit glowing through the night. General aviation, props to the heavies, yeah, he flies it all legit. 10K up, boom, boom, room, chat already getting green light in the chat, steady sipping on a yak. Trying to keep it level, but he almost spilled it in his lap. Laughing as we cross check out to meter looking right. Rock say sticks, that boom boom room hitting different tonight. Captain Will rolling in, always dropping that support. OG in the tower, giving love from every port. Community strong like a crew on a long haul. Everybody locked in when Leo makes the call. Yeah, Leo sticks, 86, hit the switch, we taking flight. Real world flows, checklist tight, cockpit glowing through the night. General aviation, props to the heavies, yeah, he flies it all legit. 10K up, boom, boom, room, chat already getting Leo sticks, 86, hit the switch, we taking flight. Real world flows, checklist tight, cockpit glowing through the night. General aviation, props to the heavies, yeah, he flies it all legit. 10K up, boom, boom, room, chat already getting peg, VF arm, Leo's dialed into the flow. Cross checking every column like it's running ATC control. FMC low decided lock, perf data tight. Flex him said he launches heavy, birth into the night. Intercept the localizer, needle split, then a line. Need a slope alive, he calls it out before the diamond shine. Windshield warning bark, but he rides it like a king. Correcting with precision, rudder inputs clean. Configure on schedule, flash notch by the book. VREF nail perfect, come and watch this approach cook. Touchdown stove stable, main gear kiss with finesse. Leo's landings hit different, auto brakes handle the rest. Yeah. Flight levels climbing, vibes aligning, turbulence ain't stopping nothing. Boom boom room, open wide, engines roaring, bases thumping. Vibe some sim, skies lit, and the chat stay fly. Leo hits that autopilot, let the stream glide by. Yeah, Leo sticks, 86, hit the switch, we taking flight. Real world flows, checklist tight, cockpit glowing through the night. General aviation, props to the heavies, yeah, he flies it all legit. 10K up, boom boom room, chat already getting Leo sticks, 86, hit the switch, we taking flight. Real world flows, checklist tight, cockpit glowing through the night. General aviation, props to the heavies, yeah, he flies it all legit. 10K up, boom boom room, chat already getting lit. Sticks, 86, hit the switch, we taking flight. Real world flows, checklist tight, cockpit glowing through the night. General aviation, props to the heavies, yeah, he flies it all legit. 10K up, boom boom boom.
Yo, 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 what is going on, family, friends, and fellow enthusiasts? It's your boy, Leo. Pre-weekend fun here in the Black Square Caravan. Professional. Night 2 of trying not to delete ourselves virtually. We're situated here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, where we'll be operating some island feeder ops tonight. As we head east to the friendly island of St. Martin, where we'll make a quick turn. What the heck did I just do? Well, we'll make a quick turn here. We'll make a quick turn in St. Martin, and then we'll head probably down to St. Kitts. Quick turn there, and then we'll go on for the challenging approach into St. Bart's. That should give us a nice little length here, about our typical time. Good to see each and every one of you. If you're just joining, make sure you drop a thumbs up for the stream. And if you're new here and enjoy the content, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. I think I got all my issues figured out. We updated our TDS, so we didn't have any issues last night afterwards. And we've got and changed out our power cord to our little navigation display we've got installed. So yeah, I think that we'll be good. Let me go ahead and just get an update on the weather with Active Sky. And we'll bring in our flight plan here. All right. I gotta figure out why this thing isn't going off of my keybinds. All right, yeah. So that's what we got going tonight, fellas. So let's go ahead and get this party started. We'll get the tunes on down. We'll get the game sounds up. And yeah, we've already got our pre-departure or auto ATC squawking 5437. 5437. No ATC here out of let's see here. Yeah, no ATC out of San Juan. So yeah, all right, who is this? We got somebody walking around. Who is this walking daggum around? Who is this? Let me just slide my keyboard down. Let's see. Who is this walking around over here? We need to do our walk around anyway. Let's see. We've got nameplates. Oh, look at that. That's Zato. That's got daggum Zato. What's up, dog? What's going on with you, Zato? Showing up in the Cody. I mean, not the Cody, in the Caravan. Look at Zato, bro. What are you doing, Zato? You doing your walk around, bro? All right, so I guess we'll have Zato in tow with us. Let me make sure that we have our flight plan in Navigraph, which we do. We'll be cruising over to St. Martin at 7,000 feet, taking a block fuel of 1,200 pounds. And we need to remove the chocks. Let's get everything squared away here. Get all of those put away. Little quick walk around here. I think we still got the control lock on. That is all good. We'll remove it. Rudder lock is engaged as well. All right, let's just hop aboard and get everything started. We got 3 legs tonight, so we'll need to get going. And let me get my camera on. And let me actually turn this, what's the name, down here a little bit. Because I don't know what they have it set to. So we're going to bring you down. Oh. And we'll get that on. All right, so let's hop aboard. We are aboard. We'll get you turned on. And let's grab our, oh my God, I'm dropping everything. Get our track IR headset on, and control lock can get removed. Idle, that's pushed in. We'll get fuel selectors into the open position, and we'll get the beacon light, beacon light on and ready. And let's go ahead and pull up our EFB here. I didn't realize this thing had the tablet on it. So we'll use this. Pre-flight inspections complete. Cabin's good. Cabin doors are not latched. We'll get that. We still got to load up. Parking brake is set. Control locks removed. Seatbelt secure. Switches are off. Ignition switch is in the norm position. Circuit breakers are all in. Fuel selectors are both on. Oxygen pressure. Let's see, where's the oxygen? Oxygen pressure is good. Ventilation AC is all in the off position. Bleeder heat is off. Cabin mixing air. Flight push. Those are all pushed in. Emergency power lever is in the normal position. Power lever is idle. Actually, it's not. It is now. Prop lever will go full forward. Condition lever is in cutoff. Fuel cutoff pushed in. Firewall valve pushed in. Battery will go on. Now we'll do the annunciator test. All right, good. Fire test. That's good. Fire detect test. That's good. Flap lever is in the up position. No smoking. Seatbelt lights on. Annunciator test complete. All right, we've got our before start checklist, so we'll come back to that. We'll get the battery off so we're not killing our power, and let's get the aircraft loaded up here so we can go. Tyler Rocks, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. Zato's in the house. New Mexico Flyer Robin is in the house. Good to see all of you tonight, gentlemen, as we kick off your weekend festivities. Like I said, we need 1,200 pounds of fuel. We've got 1,100 on board, so we'll add 90 gallons in each side. That'll give us 1,215 pounds. That's good. And we're shooting for a takeoff weight around 7,700 pounds. We've got 54 on board, so we'll just throw in some weight in the aircraft and try to, that's 7,800. We'll try to get that CG good, 75, and then we'll do some cargo. 7701. We need 7746. So that's 7711. All right, 7741. That's close enough. I'm okay with that. Rudder lock can go off. Oh well, here I'll show you another way that you can remove that, I believe. All right, cool. Let's check failures. We have no active failures right now. Our oxygen is full, and it looks like engine condition is all good. So yeah, we should be good to go, guys. Let's see if we can treat this aircraft kindly, and hopefully we don't have any issues. But as you see, as we load up, we actually do get cargo in the airplane. I wish they would put some boxes or something down under here. That would be nice if they could kind of do that. And also, the cargo pod doesn't have any sound, nor does the ladder. I think we need an update for that. But we'll get everything closed up here. Yeah, the doors don't have any sounds. I think those should definitely have some sounds. All right, let's get closed up and buttoned up. I just realized, am I signed? Yeah, I am signed into that, son. Okay. All right, we'll get you. Parking brake is set. All right. let's get her started up. We'll bring up our tablet. That was the before engine start. We'll go engine start on battery. Let's just take a run through this before we bring our battery on because we want to conserve that power. Beacon light is on. Avionics it will be on. 24 volts minimum. Emergency power extinguished. Prop area is clear. Fuel boost pump will go on. All right, let's run it. All right, battery on. Cockpit is hot. That's what the light is for. Beacon light switch is on. Looking for volts. We've got at least 24 volts, so we're good there. Fuel boost pump. Norm. Fuel low pressure. Light is extinguished. Fuel flow. Done. Starter switch. We'll go ahead and get ready to start it. And we're looking for a RPM stable greater than 12% before we introduce fuel. All right, let's get it, gents. Alright guys, starter switch start, oil pressure is in the green, 12%, low idle, fuel flow 90 to 100 pounds per hour, ITT 1090 degrees max. We did not peak over 900, so we're good there. Nice cool start. What else do we have? NG greater than 52, starter switch is off. Starter engage, annunciator is extinguished. That's good. Engine instruments are all checked and in the green. Generator switch will go reset. Generator load. I guess it's positive. Light is extinguished. Battery charging current, that's good. Annunciator light is extinguished. Boost pumps is in the normal position. That is fine. Boost pump annunciator is out. Weather radar is off or in standby. We'll get that in standby, but we got to get our avionics on. Avionics 2 bus on, nav lights, we'll get those on now as well. Suction is good, suction is in the green. Remote compass is slaved and aligned, ventilation and defrost as required. Radios, we'll check them here in a second. That is the engine start checklist. And we'll get our flight plan here downloaded really quick. And we'll download that so that we can uplink it into the GTN here. That is fine. And our squawk code was to be 5437. So we'll get that put in now. 5437. We'll go out reporting. We'll come here. We'll go flight plan. Menu, catalog, menu again, import, TJSJ to TNCM is what we're looking for. We'll activate that. Alright, cool. PJM, we can actually take this PJM out because we're going to go SLUGO. Load procedure, approach. RNAV runway 10, and we're going to do the wait, where is Slugo? Because are we doing Juice or Slugo? Let me just check that real quick, gents. Alright, here we go. RNAV runway 010. Let's see what Slugo is looking like. Alright, so we'll do the Slugo transition. And then actually we could take that PJM out because we don't need to fly all the way to PJM. So we'll load that. Come back up. We'll delete this waypoint here. We'll remove that. Okay. And there's our flight plan, so we're good to go there. We'll come down here and we'll put this on just on VNAV, and that should give us our VNAV to Slugo. Let's get some air flowing in here because it is kind of hot. So we'll bring the temp down, we'll get the fans on, and we'll get it cool. We'll get the inertial separator open so that we don't get any fog. And let's check our altimeter. Our weather here. Winds are 130 at 3 knots, 29097. Alright, we're good there. And it's saying runway 08 is not used for departure, so let's see what the correct runway is. Runway 10 is being used, so we'll change to that. And let's see, it didn't say we had any departure out, but let me just see, is there any needed departure? No, we won't be flying a departure. We're fine. Alright, one last thing here, gents, and then we'll continue on. We'll come back, we'll go flight plan. I don't think I have to select anything here. Yeah, no, I don't need to select anything. Alright, good to go there. Alright, taxi checklist, flight instruments is set in check. Well, actually not. Let me do that now. That includes our autopilot. We're departing 10. That's a heading of 101. Yeah, 101. So we'll bug for runway heading. All right, 101. We're climbing up to 7,000, so we'll bug for 7,000. That's fine. That is all set. We'll get our takeoff trim set here. All right, good to go. All right, flight instruments set in check. Cabin lights are off. Cockpit lighting is not needed. Taxi light can come through to on. Inertial separator, we've got that open. Parking brake, we'll release it. We'll test the brakes on taxi. And compass is aligned. All right, before taxi checklist is complete. And real quick, let me just double check that we don't have yes, we do have a CTAF here, 132050. All right, we're all set, gents. We are squawking mode Charlie, and we're good to go. 5437, 5437. All right, let's get it. I have no idea where I'm at though, so we'll need to come out and to the left. November 2. And we'll take November 2 to Sierra. Or no, we can make a left on, let's see here. We're kind of in the middle on the other side. Yeah, we'll make a left out, left on November 2, left on November, right on Hotel, down to Hotel 1. San Juan traffic, Seabreeze 1286. We're over at cargo ramp. We'll be taxiing the runway 10 for departure via taxiway November 2, left on November, right on Hotel, down to Hotel 1, San Juan traffic. All right, one last thing is let me get you running and you running. And then we shall be good to go. All right, gentlemen, we ready to go? Check out the new L1011 preview. Yeah, I've seen it, Robin. I've seen it. All right, gents, let's get it. All right, brake check. Brakes are good. So far, everything is running smoothly. We got all of that stuff figured out last night after the stream. So hopefully it kind of stays like that. I mean, we got pretty much everything figured out that we could, that we was having issues with yesterday. See, how in the heck did we get out of here? Nice. See? And my GTN's not cutting out no more. So what I did there is I just updated it. Simple enough. It did have an update. I don't know if that was part of it. But that seemed to have fixed it. We did do another flight last night. Trooper and I flew from St. Thomas over to St. Martin. And everything seemed to be working fine. So looks like, you know, knock on wood, we'll have everything set here for us. All right, we're gonna make this left here on November. And we'll cut over to the other side to pick up runway 10. Thought we had Zato. I don't know where the heck Zato went. Maybe he had internet trouble. Maybe he had internet trouble. Tyler says, got a question. What was that Corona you drank yesterday? Speaking of, hey Myra, can you do me a favor? Look in the fridge, bring me one of those beers that says Corona. It's orange. Bring me the, Yeah, and bring me the bottle opener. I'll show you here in a second, Tyler. It is, it's called Sun Brew, though. All right, so we'll make a right on November 3, and then we got to make a right on Hotel. Oh, here's the FedEx side here. All right, so this. Oh, you already opened it. Thanks. Okay. Get Chevy. I'm getting. Why is my dad on rudder pedals weird like that? It's like they're sticking. Now, do I have let me check something out here. Where is it at? That's what it is, rudder lock. So here, let me show you. Oh, we need to make that turn. Let me show you guys real quick. So all you do to release the rudder lock, if you're in a situation like I am where you forgot and you want to do it realistically, all you do is just pull all the way back on your yoke and you can hear it release. So what was happening was our rudder was sticking because we didn't release the lock. So how we was even able to get any rudder authority to turn the nose wheel is probably why it was sticking. But yeah, you just pull back on the yoke, or you can go on the tablet and disable it. And let me turn these daggone nameplates off. So we do have our multiplayer enabled, and we are also on VATSIM. So yeah, this is what it is. Sunbrew Corona. I don't know if you can see that. But that's it there. Pretty good. It's like a summertime beer. It's got kind of notes of citrus. If you've ever had a Blue Moon, it tastes similar to a Blue Moon with an orange peel. It tastes how a Blue Moon with the orange in it should taste, I think. Is it better than the Corona Extra? I was going to drink the Extra, but took a sip and it tasted like a skunk, I have to admit. I mean, if you don't have a palate for beer, then you may not like any beer. This one does have more, like I said, of a citrusy orange zest to it. I wouldn't call it a fruity beer, you know, by any means. It's a nice, refreshing beer that is great on a hot summer day. I don't know how old you are, but I know for me personally, I didn't come into liking beer until I was in my late 20s. I always thought the same thing, that beer was nasty. And now that I think back on my life, the amount of nasty alcoholic beverages that I didn't drink, beer was the least of. I shouldn't be calling beer nasty at all. All right, we'll hold short here. For a second. And let's get up our checky. So we're going, before takeoff, parking brake is set, seatbelt secure, flight controls. We'll test them here. Let me lock my yoke in place real quick. All right, flight controls are free and correct. Can't really see them from this view. There we go. See out there, flight controls are free and correct. I'm okay with that. Standby alternator on. We'll go on you. Standby alternator, check 0 amps. How do I do that? Yep, all right, there we go, 0 amps. All right. Generator load 30 to 60 amps. We'll go gen, and it looks like we are at 50, about what, 70, I guess. Generator switch trip. All right. Standby alt load positive. All right, so that is positive. Generator switch reset. Fuel boost pump is in the normal position. Fuel selectors are both on. Fuel quantity is checked. We're good there. Fuel cutoff is pushed in. Trims are set for takeoff. We'll double check them right down here. Flaps will go normal. Power lever 400 pounds. Bring the power lever up. Hold on, let's get our gens back. Alright. Alright, power lever is 400 pounds of torque. Alright, there's our 400 pounds of torque. Suction is at the top of the green arc. That is good. Bus volts, 24 volts minimum. And we are good, close to 30. Inertial separator is on, ITT. We'll need to check for an increase. So we'll turn it off. ITT jumped a little bit, turn it on. All right, so it's minimal. Inertial separator back off. Engine instruments are all in the green. Power lever up to 1800 RPM. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I know why we ain't getting all of our, what's the name? We need to go high idle. All right, coming up to 18. It's 15. 16. There's 18. Overspeed governor check. Plus or minus 1750, plus or minus 60 RPM.
Same with traffic mountain 60, that's not 20 coming from the east.
Alright, there's our governor check.
We are about 3 miles per cent, one right now with our runway.
Power levers can come back down to idle.
10, and we're on the bridge visual, passing right now by Walmart. And traffic, please advise.
Alright, pitot heat, we'll get that on now. Generator is good, pitot heat, we'll keep it on. Windshield anti-ice. These are just all of the de-icing tests. We'll just clear those. We can go pitot heat off right now because we don't need it. It's not less than 4 degrees. Heading bug. Alright, we'll check this here. Let's go heading bug about 30 degrees left. Heading mode engage. It's going to test our autopilot. Alright, good. And we'll go 30 degrees right. Alright, 30 degrees right. Yoke movement. Autopilot disconnect test. Alright, good. Autopilot set for climb. So we're going to go... we've got roll, pitch. We'll go roll, pitch, arm, and let's see. I don't know what this. All right. Good. Weather radar. We'll bring that on now. Strobe lights can come on. We'll get landing lights on as well. Annunciators are good. Flight instruments are checked. Windows are closed. Cabin air is pushed in. Fuel condition lever high idle. And parking brake will release it. That's the before takeoff checklist. We'll run the takeoff checklist as well. Transponder mode Charlie, landing lights on.
Staying with traffic, Mountain 60.
Inertia
We
SEP
are
is
on our right base for runway 10.
open. Power levers, we'll set them here in a second. Let's make our call and let this guy know that we're holding short. San Juan traffic, Seabreeze 1286 holding short. Hotel 1 of runway 10 for arriving traffic, San Juan. All right, we'll do the rest of that here in a second. I don't think that was him. Maybe it could have been. Not sure what he's in. It also could have been multiplayer, or it could have been multiplayer or say intentions. Tyler says took a sip, 22 now. Yeah, man, I mean, have it. Says want to try a good beer. What beer should I try? So some of my favorite beers, I like imported beers. I don't do domestic beers. Look at this guy. Oh, look at this guy. Look at that. Look at that. Look at him come in. Caravan gang. Man, that was a beautiful little short base.
Thank you.
Yeah, stream loved it. But yeah, I would try the Sunbrew. I mean, you got the Sunbrew. Like I said, I like imported beers. Another one of my favorite is called Karen Ichiban. That's I think a Korean beer. That's pretty good. I like Blue Moons. That's pretty good. What's that other one I like? Heineken's are they kind of can taste skunky.
Staying with traffic. Mountain 60, Xfinity active. We're going to be checking by the fire FedEx ramp.
San Juan traffic. Seabreeze 1286 lining up runway 10. Straight out departure to the east, San Juan. All right, let's go, gents.
Staying with traffic. Mountain 60, we're going to be taxiing Hotel Lima November 3 to the FedEx ramp.
San Juan traffic, UPS 7983 will be coming out of apron 7 on the UPS ramp in about 10 minutes.
All right, Toga's in chat if you got them. All right, let's finish our little checklist here. Power levers, we're gonna set it for takeoff. I think it was 1850 at 1900 RPM on the prop. Engine instruments, ITT 805 max. All right, let's go, guys. We'll hold the brakes, we'll bring it on up. There's our 1900 on the prop. $16, $17. All right, takeoff power is set. Engine instruments all in the green. Oil pressure, oil temp is in the green. Fuel flow is good. Brakes release. Airspeed is alive. And here comes rotate. Nice and gentle. And we're looking to pitch for 101 knots. San Juan traffic, Seabreeze 1286, clear of runway 10, departing to the east, straight out. Final call, San Juan.
Have a safe flight. See ya.
See ya. All right, above 95, flaps can come in. We'll turn on course here. We'll pitch for 100-ish knots. Course now, gents. Nice, beautiful departure out of San Juan. So we've got our you guys can see how we've got it set up. But yeah, we've got our GTN on this screen. We've got our 650 here, and we also have our weather radar on this screen. This is how I wanted it set up yesterday, but the screen for some reason kept blinking out on us. Turns out I think it was the power cable that I was using, the USB-C cable. But we've got it squared away now. I think we're good. We'll bring you guys back on over. Beautiful departure out of San Juan. Look at that. Mountain ranges out there. All right, we'll lower that nose a little bit. Maintain our 101-ish knots. Going up to 7,000 on this leg here. And we're clear of everything. Let's go ahead and close that inertial separator. We'll get a bit more power when we do. And let's pull that torque back. To about 19. ITT is good. As we climb out, that ITT will rise. Look good, gentlemen. A lot better than yesterday. I'll just soon put my tablet over here on this side. Like so. So once we hit cruise, we'll jump and grab some tunes. Which should keep us for the journey, the 150-mile journey over to St. Martin. Yeah, definitely 100% enjoying this aircraft here. It's been definitely a fun time learning this bird, and the more we fly it, the more and better we get with it. Right now we're making 115 across the ground, but that'll pick up as we level off. Let's go on over to Unicom. Climb is looking good, about 900 foot a minute. And I don't know that we still have, we had Juliana approach on, but they're gone. So it looks like we'll be possibly free to be, and we may be free to be to get up in there. We may be free to be. So this is the longest leg of tonight. This is going to be about 45 or 50 minute journey. There's 1,000 to go on our climb, and then our next two legs are pretty short. We'll go down to St. Kitts and back, and then, or no, we'll go St. Kitts and then into St. Bart's, which I ain't too thrilled about the St. Bart's, but it's been a minute since we went into St. Bart's, so I probably suck at the procedures going into there. I don't know what they are, but I just know from what I see on YouTube, you know, we'll try to get in there without deleting ourselves virtually. That's what we'll do. All right, let's make sure we are armed. Altitude is armed. 7,000 feet is what we're looking for. And here comes the level off. And we'll let the speed kick on up, and then we'll set cruise power, which, let me get up the manual so that I can see. Let's see. We're at 7,000, so we're looking probably about 1,700. 1,700 foot-pounds of torque at 19 on the prop RPM. And I'm gonna check here and see what the winds aloft are higher up, because this has been giving me pretty much low cruising altitudes. 7,000 and 8,000 is what we've been getting on all of our flights. So let's take a look at our OFP here and see what it's saying for the winds. Top of climb 11,000, 137 at 6. 137 at 6. 137 at 6. 130 at 8. So yeah, let's go on up to 11,000. 11,000 is the lightest wind. Where are we at? we'll bump on up to 11,000. All right. We'll go up about 900 foot a minute. Yeah, we'll head on up to 11,000. 11K. All right, let's get some tunes on. I'm trying to figure out why this thing, I can't find, they done changed. I don't know where, oh, here we go. Here we go, they done changed this website up. They done changed it up a little bit. All right, gents. Eastern Caribbean ops. Zato says, a bag, just had to run to the store, grab a drink real quick. I'll load up somewhere and fly along. Roger that, bro. Maybe load up in St. Thomas. We're not too far from St. Thomas. We're just to the edge of Puerto Rico, so I mean, you can load up in TIST, TJCP. You got options. St. Thomas looks like it's going to probably be your best option, though. You check on VATSIM radar, see where I'm at. Taking her on up to 11K. Get this thing climb out. And that's only like 700 foot a minute. 800 foot a minute. All right, was that, yeah, that was 1,000 to go for us. We're above 10,000. Landing lights can come on, come off. And we'll level off at 11K here. And then we'll let's pull up our power table. And let's see, maximum cruise power, 12,000 feet is 1585. And and we need to back off anyway because we're in the yellow on that ITT. I think I might have not paid attention to that. Oh, nope, we still got 100% engine condition. So we're doing good, we're doing good. Let's lower that nose though a little bit. We're about to level off anyway. And we'll set our cruise power here momentarily. All right, there's the level off. So we are now ITT limited, and torque is not a problem. Prop is not a problem. ITT is the problem because we're up here thinner air, not much air to cool down the engine. So we are ITT limited. Let's see, it said 1585 at 1900 RPM. All right, so we're at 15. So we'll slowly push it up. We're about good there, about 16, just before 1600. So that's got us right outside of that yellow arc on ITT. So I'm okay with that. And we're making what, 340, 350 on the fuel flow? Let's see what it said our estimated fuel flow should be for that. 362, that's at 12,000 feet though, so yeah, we're not bad. We're good, gents. We got her done up nicely. All right, cabin's a little cool, so let's take care of that. Yeah, cabin temp is 40 degrees. So we'll get the temperature up a little bit, and let's see if we can't turn these ACs off. And let's see if we can get away with not using. We'll have to probably turn the bleed heat on. All right, yeah, target 77 degrees, so we should start warming up here shortly. We'll turn that down a couple notches. 75 degree temperature target should be plenty. And we could actually see our cabin temp over here as well. Went from 48 to 49, so we're already starting to warm up. Other than that, we're looking good, gents. Zato says I got TJCP. Okay, roger that, bro. Yeah, that is actually our nearest airport. That's why it's giving us the blue chevrons. TJCP, that's where Zato's gonna come out of. That is our nearest. Shall we have a problem? It's over here somewhere. Zato's down there somewhere. All right, now that we are all engined up, all that cruise, we can enjoy some cinematic views and not have to worry about our flight plan getting deleted or the GTN resetting. Really been enjoying this aircraft. I had their Caravan analog, their analog Caravan mod in 2020, and just absolutely loved it. It's good to see that they've done a from scratch airplane now instead of relying on the Asobo models. So much better in my opinion. Zato says you got the GTN flight plan reset bug fixed. Yeah, I updated it and did a flight again last night, and it seems as though everything is fixed, bro. Like, we are all golden. Love it when we get these type of planes where we can fly low and fly nice and slow. Yeah, I agree, bro. I love the airliners, I love the tube liners, but man, you know, guys just refuse to fly this part of aviation. I mean, some nice flights, man. You say, oh, it take you too long to get anywhere. Well, no, not necessarily. If you're gonna do a 600-mile trip in a tube liner, that's gonna take you 2.5 hours stream time, right? You can do a 150-mile trip, you know, or a 200-mile trip that'll take you the same amount of time. Yeah, you'll be flying slower, but dog, it's just so much more rewarding sometimes. Just to get in and out of these island airports, in and out of these short strips, in and out of the bush field, the bush strips, you know, to showcase, you know, the part of aviation that is the backbone really of aviation. A lot of these people on these islands, especially out in Papua New Guinea and places in Alaska, they don't have any road networks. They rely on these aircraft coming in, you know, if not daily, then weekly. And I think that's a pretty, in my opinion, badass, you know, genre of aviation. And truth be told, while everyone talks about, oh, this is study level, that is study level, I think we got far more study level general aviation aircraft than we do airliners. I mean, take that for your pick. But the problem really, Zato, is a lot of people just don't want to deal with the manualness sometimes of it. I know you like your old school. I like old school too, but I also like retrofitted old school to where, you know, I can fly the plane as it would be flown today. Or, you know, some of these aircrafts are still in operation, like the 727. There are very few operators that operate that thing with a GTN 750. You know, so, I mean, a retrofitted 727 like that, cool. I'm all for it. I'm not so much for the INS system, but you know, I think you can have some real fun in these you know, general aviation planes, man. I really do. And this is why we kind of try to mix it up as much as possible. You know, I don't fly as much as I should fly my general aviation stuff, but I'm trying to train myself to get into it at least once a week, or at least once every other week. You know, after the newness of this wears off, at least once every other week, gotta be doing something GA. And right now, I mean, we've got the NASCAR schedule thing going on. Yes, that's GA, but that's still biz jets and stuff. To me, biz jets are in the same line as airliners. Sometimes they get a little boring. You know, you're flying at 41,000 feet at Mach 9.0. That's cool, but man, like you said, Zato, get low and slow sometimes. Enjoy the scenery that is Microsoft. Enjoy all of these islands and the stuff you pay for, like sceneries and stuff like that. Tyler says, so I went to try the Coors Banquet again and straight up spit it out. That's because it's nothing but water. I wouldn't dare drink a Coors in my life, bro. You wouldn't catch me drinking a Coors, a Bud Light, a Budweiser. Nah, domestic for me. Not domestic, I mean imported for me. Man, this thing looks lovely. I think you should, Tyler. I think you would like it, bro. I really do. I think you would like it. Man, I love this little airplane. I absolutely love this little airplane. I'm gonna go up in a second, guys, and throw some turkey burgers in the broiler right quick. Matter of fact, let me do it right now. I'll be right back, gents. Right back. Y'all know how I am about my food once I get to streaming. I'll be right back, gents. Like less than 5 minutes, right back. Alright, gents. Got me some turkey burgers thrown in the broiler for the kids and I. Alright, let's jump back to you guys. All right, looking good. 163 knots across the ground. And they got clearance delivery on in St. Martin. I don't think we contact them for anything. 2765 is the Aorus. I don't know if that means we're gonna get approach or anything to come back on. Approach was on earlier as we were starting the stream. Comp 2 is down here. Okay. Let's see. 2765. So that's Aorus for St. Martin. So we should be picking up that as we get closer. TNCM Aorus.
Temperature 25, dew point 21, QNH1015, HPA, heavy AC use intersection C for entry and exit of runway only. Advise on initial contact you have information echo. Juliana information echo, 0200 Zulu. Expect RNAV approach runway 10, visual approach on request. Transition level 65, wind 110 degrees 8 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more, few clouds at 1800, temperature 25, dew point 21, QNH1015, HPA, heavy AC use intersection C for entry and exit of runway only. Advise on initial contact you have information echo.
Alright, so
Juliana information echo.
We've got Echo on board. Let me move this cord here. Thing is telling us I may have to I think it's got us in kind of a hole, that Slugo, and that's why it's showing me 45 plus minutes for 45 plus minutes Let me see here. And I think it does. Let's see. Let's go flight plan. Yeah, see. So what we'll do is actually remove this waypoint. Yeah, and that way. So that gives, it says 35 minutes, but I don't know that it's going to take us 35 minutes to get to that waypoint. Maybe so. Yeah, maybe so. Okay. We've got it fixed up though, either way. Either way, we good to go. Zato says, oh no, Tyler says, I like stuff with orange in it. Yeah, me too. Yeah, definitely try it. Try it, bro. Get a little 6-pack of it. I don't think they sell them singles for you to try it. I haven't seen it in any restaurants either. But yeah, I think you'll like it. Let me know when you do try it. Zato says, that's why I steal my A2A Comanche and Aerostar, the Black Square Duke, Bonanza, Starship, and Barons. It's all about the scenery. Yep. Says this thing has wing flex, does it? I didn't notice any wing flex. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't seeing no wing flex. Oh, look at this. Wait a minute. I didn't even see this at first. Look at this guy here. Oh, my. Look at that. Is that Zato? Oh, man, you couldn't have planned this out any better. Look at that. Look at that. This is some straight drug running shit here. Formation flying in the caravan. You gotta send me some screenshots. I know it's you, Zato. You will be the only one, dog. You and Trooper will be the only one. And since I know Trooper was busy tonight, it only leaves one guess. Man, that's dope though. Look at that. Oh man, I'm an aviation geek, bro. I love just little geeky quirkiness like this. Where else you gonna see two caravans, man, in a loose formation like this? Oh man. Now, if we can just get more people to join and get on this GA hype train, we can have these type of freaking opportunities of everybody flying through the skies from one destination to the next. And I'm thinking about, I remember we were supposed to do, some time ago, we were supposed to do a little bush camping trip that I think I'm still gonna do. I'm gonna do it really soon. I don't know if I'll make it to do it before Expo. My schedule is filling up really quickly with things that I gotta do. I mean, just this week alone, all while trying to, and I'm talking just content related, all while trying to do my test flights, which consume a lot of time. Continue to get content out and try to, you know, plan content. So it's just like, Zala says, American made? Absolutely, bro. Yeah, I keep saying it, Zato. I keep saying it, but then stuff keeps coming out, bro. I keep saying I know I need to get the Aerostar. I need to get the Aerostar. But stuff keeps coming out, dog. It keeps coming out. Like, I mean, now you're talking we're gonna have the L1011 in like what, 2 weeks. Stuff, it just keeps coming out, dog. I'm trying though. I am trying, dog. This ain't right. Let's see how far we are from let's see how far we are from Slugo when we make this turn. Because well, we don't have to be at, I think that was at 26 or above. Slugo is still way out there. Let me see. Hockey 26. So yeah, we'll do at or above like it was initially. Then we could actually, what we could do now is actually activate the approach because we are direct Slugo now. And see, that changes. See, I'm glad I did that. But see, still we don't need to keep okay at or above. All right, so that's what we want. At or above at Slugo is what it should be, because we don't need to, even if we were at 2600 at Slugo, we still got a ways to go from Slugo. Avaki, our initial approach fix, is where we really need to be at 2600. So doing it like that, that gives us 11 minutes now. 11 minutes until our top of drop, and we do have the hard constraint in at Avaki is what we need to worry about. As we get a little closer to Slugo, we will activate the approach, since that is our initial approach fix. This thing will fly it on down to minimums. Did it last night. It will fly it on down to minimums. 700 is going to be our minimums in this case. So we'll just go, that's actually 686 radar. So we'll just say 6. All right, good. Engine instruments all looking good. Engine oil and temps are in the green. ITT is good, golden. Fuel flow, we're looking right about 340. And we've got a slight imbalance here on the right tank. So we'll keep an eye on that. Should be able to shut the right tank off so we can burn from just the left tank. Okay, right tank is off. So we'll burn from the left tank here to try to even out that imbalance. Did it beat? It was on 15.
Yeah, Juliana traffic, Lufthansa 420, anyone in the airport vicinity.
Alright, so we're rocking from the left tank now. Try to get that imbalance under control.
Okay, Juliana traffic, Lufthansa 420.
Give me 1 sec, guys. Let me check these turkey burgers. Stand by.
Ortho, runway 9, 20 miles out from Schlugo.
Alright. They're coming along nicely. About another 8 to 10 minutes, they should be done. Zato says it's always the timing, always got your shots up in Discord. Okay. The DEA and Border Control ain't stopping us now, right? Oh, I missed it. I was hoping that I got it in the turn. I was waiting for it, but I ain't trying to burn these turkey burgers. I'm hungry. No, you don't have, I don't put a lime in the Sunbrew. I do put a lime in my regular Corona though. I do put a lime in my regular Corona. But not in the Sunbrew. Sunbrew is fine just as it is. If you had some really sweet oranges, I could put an orange peel or orange slice in there. Alright, so we're just gonna try to let that left tank burn down. to what that right tank is indicating, and then five and a half minutes until top of descent. Next leg is going to take us down to St. Kitts. St. Kitts, and then we'll go from St. Kitts up to St. Bart's. Real quick turns arounds. You like the fruity stuff, so maybe pour some in a little glass cup and try it that way. What you mean, with a lime? Put a lime in the sunbrew? I mean, it probably wouldn't taste bad. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I don't. I've never tried it, honestly. Let's see what Zato talking about, the screenshot, the synchronized turn screenshot here. Flights and flicks. Alright, let's pull this here up for you guys. Alright, Zato out here taking flicks as he do. Nice. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I wonder why it blurts it out in multiplayer, the tail number. Like, that's stupid. Definitely nice shots as always, Zato. And let's go and arm the approach, even though we're up here. But we need to arm this before we get to our initial approach fix. Alright, so that's armed. We should start down the hill in 2.5 minutes. And we're gonna go ahead and bug down to 2600. Alright, good. We're ready for that. We should be hearing a vertical track here in a second. And we'll go ahead and start down now. Says we need about 800 foot a minute. All right, and we'll pull some power. All right, down the hill we go, gentlemen. Juliana traffic, Seabreeze 1286 overhead, Slugo. Descending through 11,000 down to 2,600 inbound for the RNAV runway 10 approach. Direct Avaki, Juliana traffic. All right, coming up on 10,000, we'll close the boom boom room and get focused in on this approach. Man, this has been a really beautiful leg, uneventful. We got this thing dialed in. Alright, there's 10,000. Landing lights can come on. Left side still a little heavy. We'll keep it open. All right, let me check my turkey burgers before we get into this approach. Right back, gents. Right back, right back. All right, good to go, gents. Had to give me something for the ride. The lady ain't cooked today, so. All right, looking good though on the descent. We got our descending nicely, coming through 5,000. Hot. And honestly, yeah, no, I don't typically eat my turkey burgers with bread. I usually wrap it in lettuce, but I didn't feel like going through all of that. Your own turkey burger. All right, there's our RNAV approach glide slope there. .095. This thing should be off center. That's what it should be. All right, let's get the tunes going. Bye-bye. We are direct to Avaki. There's our 2600. Now, as we intercept and come on around, she should start to descend as she captures, just like an ILS would. Look at that, we still got 100% engine. All right, here comes our left turn. We'll get ready to swap you guys over here in a second. Juliana traffic, Seabreeze 1286 overhead of Avaki 2,600. 8.5 mile final now for the RNAV runway 10 approach, Juliana. All right, there's our final turn here. All right, here comes the glide. But here you can see glide slope is armed. So as we pass through it, it should capture just like in ILS. There we go. There's the descent. There's the glide slope. So we'll ride it on that now. The GTN is going to tell us as we approach our as we approach lesser, I think it's going to tell us either lesser or map on. Missed approach point. It's going to tell us it's no longer guiding us pretty much. So by that point, we should be ready to take over. Four-mile final now. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 4 miles to lesser. We're on a 6.5 mile final. Juliana traffic. Seabreeze 1286, 6 mile final. RNAV runway 10 approach. Juliana. All right, let's stop stuffing our face. All right, let's swap you on over. As we slow the aircraft down, here's the white arc, first notch of flaps. Juliana traffic, Seabreeze 1286, short final, RNAV, runway 10 approach. Juliana. All right, so there it is, missed approach. We should be, we're suspended, and we'll continue on down. We'll go second notch of flaps. Shouldn't need much more than that. All right, I have the airplane. Yeah, we'll do third notch of flaps. And we're a little low. Across Mayho Beach. Nice. Nice. Look at that short field performance from this thing. Look at that short field performance out of this thing. Juliana traffic, Seabreeze 1286 is clear. Runway 10 at Delta. We'll be taxiing over to the Echo Apron, Juliana. All right, gents, welcome to St. Martin. Strobes can come out. Let's open up the inertial separator. We'll go into low. That is fine. Off. We're good there. Let's select our parking really quick. All right, there's our guy there. All right, next leg is going to take us down to St. Kitts. So this will be a quick turn here, no replays. We will all right, parking brakes can come on. Feather you. It's all good. We'll shut you down just for a second. Everything is everything here. Taxi lights can go out. All right, gents. Who and what was that? Somebody here messaging me. Hello, is my A380 look big here? Somebody here is somebody here in the A380? Let's see. I don't know if that's him over there. Yeah, I mean that's him, but he ain't a 380. Looks like a 340. All right, so let's do this. Let's get some tunes back on, and let's plan up for the next leg. Let's complete everything here. We'll review our flights. Not bad. Negative 72 foot a minute. Not bad at all. We'll get you out of the way just for the second. All right, let's go and plan up real quick. St. Kitts, TKPK. Shouldn't be no more than 20 minutes. We are BEZ 1286. And we're gonna TKPK Oh no, is that right? Yeah, TKPK. Yep, Bradshaw. Alright. Add flight plan from SimBrief. $52 miles. All right, got that imported. And let's go ahead and offload whatever cargo we need. All right, cargo is offloaded. And let's import this new flight into Navigraph here. All right, cool. 7,000 down there. Only need 812 pounds of fuel. And we'll also update this. All right, gents, let's hop back in and get ready to get set up. What did we say we need for fuel? 800, so we need to grab a little bit of fuel from here. We'll take 70 gallons out. That gives us 945. Actually, no, I'm gonna fill up because we're gonna need, not fill up, but I'm gonna take like 100 gallons because we'll plan on not filling up coming back into St. Bart's. And for our payload, 7,300, we're leaving out a little heavier. All right, cool. All right, let's get the doors closed. Oh, look at this guy. Another Caravan. Man, Caravans are everywhere, dog. I mean, I've got my multiplayer turned on, so that's probably why he's not making that call. But Caravans are everywhere. You gotta love it. You gotta freaking love it. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started back up, gents. And get on our way down to St. Kitts. We'll go battery on. Fuel selectors on. We'll go nav and beacon lights are on. That's all good. Go normal on the on you. Oh, hot start. Almost. Almost a hot start. circuit breakers are in. All right, good to go. Nothing on the annunciator panels. Engine instruments all look in the green. We got some fuel. That is fine. Gonna prop full forward. Let me pull in my flight plan here. TNCM2 TK PK. Activate. We're departing runway 10. Let's see, we're coming in on runway 07 down there. Alright, so we'll do Zappa, or whatever this is. We'll take out SKB. And there we go. Alright, let's do that here. We'll move this waypoint. We'll go here and go procedure. RNAV 07. Load approach. Alright, we're good there. And we'll actually remove this as well, because then it's going to hold us on that descent just like it did before. So 5,000 or above, that's fine. And that is still our exit point for the airway. Okay. Alright, good. And we'll come here. Utilities, we'll put that up there. Let me sign out of VATSIM right quick and then pre-file this. I forgot to do that. This thing won't. Oh, standby. Okay. Alright, let's sign out real quick and pre-file it, and then we'll be able to get going. Alright, pre-filed up, good to go. And let's sign back in. Not sure if it's going to give me a squawk code. So to be on the safe side, we're just going to squawk 2000 out reporting. Alright, taxi lights can come on. Let's get some aircon going. Cool it off in here. And we're going to do an intersection departure. Juliana traffic, Seabreeze 1286. We'll be taxiing the runway 10 for intersection departure from Delta. Juliana traffic. Alright, parking brakes released. Flaps first notch. Alright, final approach is clear out there. Lian traffic, Seabreeze 1286 lining up runway 10 at Delta, intersection departure, Juliana. Alright, all good to go. Set our altitude 7,000. Alright, good to go. Alright, let's spool her on up. Alright, takeoff power is set. Engine instruments, oil pressure is all in the green. And brakes release. Gents, we are off to St. Kitts. Juliana traffic, Seabreeze 1286 clear, runway 10 departing to the south and east. Final call, Juliana. Flaps up. We'll just go ahead and activate the approach now. And we're direct to Zapata, which is our initial approach fix for the approach. All right, up and at 'em. All right, we'll close the inertial separator. Oh, we are over torque. We should have powered that back first before we did that. 1850, and let's make sure we didn't hurt anything. Yeah, we lost 1% on that over torque, but we're still looking good. A lot better today, gentlemen. Everything is a well-oiled machine today. I like it. All right, let's drop that nose down a bit. speed back up. Retired firefighters in the house. What's going on, bro? Welcome aboard. Gate Charlotte 31. What's up, man? Gotta fly the van around Alaska? Yeah, that's my next stop. I had to do some island hops. But Alaska, yeah, Alaska is another great place to get in trouble with this thing. Welcome aboard though, man. Glad to have you. Over here to St. Kitts. Looks like they may have some weather over here a little bit. Looks like we go into these clouds. We definitely want to get that inertial separator on. See, it's already picking up fog intensity, even though we're not in the cloud yet. So we'll get it open now. Probably a lot of moisture in the air right now. There we go. We just blew whatever fog was there. We just blew it out. All right, fuel balance looks good. Engine instruments all operating as they should. Yeah, definitely will do Charlie 31. So guys, next and final leg is going to take us into St. Bart's. This is a notoriously hard approach and challenging approach, which is right off of our 10 o'clock over here. I'm not sure you can see the island with the cloud cover. Yeah, there it is, just peeking through the clouds. That's where we'll be ending tonight, whether it be with all the rivets in place or in a burning ball of flames. We'll full send it in there. This thing is lovely. Absolutely love this aircraft. Boris did his thing on the sounds. I think the beta initialization needs some work, but other than that, this thing is lovely. Tyler says, hey, do you think when I get the sun brews we can drink them together on Discord virtually? Hey, I have a beer with you, bro. It's not nothing that we don't already do in my Discord. You just got to join up. We sit back and kick it all the time in the Discord, have a drink and talk shit and shoot the shit and hang out. Fly like we're doing now, offline. Off stream. We do it all the time. All right, about 900 feet to go until we level off here. I think we can close this inertial sep for right now, as we get into those clouds up ahead. Oh, y'all ain't say switch me back over to the face cam, Leo. Switch me back over to the face cam, Leo. So as of right now, it says 16 minutes until top of descent. But that'll pick up, that'll go down here as we level off. Altitude is armed, so it should level us off here at 7,000. And let's see what St. Kitts, does St. Kitts even have any weather reporting? Yes, they do. QNH is 1015, which they probably, I don't know, maybe they pick it up from St. Martin. But there's the level off, there's 7K. And we are on 1015 because that's what we had in coming into Juliana. What membership do you need to be join the VC? Because I'm going to buy them tomorrow. I'm going back home for spring break. You don't need a membership to join the VC. You do not need a membership. You have access to everything except FAA certified. You've got Unicom, ground tower, approach, departure center. You've even got Bush comms. If we're not in FAA certified, we're usually in Unicom. All right, so yes, that's 11 minutes. 11 minutes until top of drop. Power up for this one. Pull that torque back. All right, looking good, gents. Beautiful bird. Zato says, not gonna lie, enjoying the caravan. Yeah, me too, bro. 100%. Are you with me? Are you still on my wing? No. Where you at, Zato? Zato's flying with us. At least he was. Not sure if he's on this leg. Okay, roger that, Zato. Hey, on the next leg going into St. Bart's, we don't have to. I definitely want to catch you coming in on that approach, bro. If I gotta get watched butchering that approach, you got to get watched butchering that approach. That's how this works. So far tonight, guys, we've been doing an excellent job at taking care of our engine. That one little over torque took 1% from us, but other than that, we've been doing an absolutely immaculate job at taking care of the engine. That's just because we've had some successful practice. We flew it yesterday against my better judgment. We flew it yesterday on a rush job trying to get in from work. We did the same thing today on a rush job, but however, we were a little more prepared. We had things happen yesterday that we were able to fix after the stream and continue working on it after the stream. And I'm happy to say that everything is working as it should. Even my little sim modifications here, everything is working flawlessly tonight. Gonna give you the spacing for landing into bars. Don't worry about that. We gotta get you some practice in the Starship. Bro, I really want to stream that Starship, but man, that may be my match there, bro. That thing is just too complicated for me, dog. That may be my match there. And maybe it's because I haven't taken the time to really learn it. I've done what, like 2 or 3 flights in it, but it's like I've got to watch a slew of videos each and every time I want to do a flight in it just to figure out how to do everything. All right, there's the island of St. Kitts right in front of us. Ship out there. Look at that. So we know we had the Papua New Guinea stuff in mind for this Caravan, but as Charlie 31 suggested, we obviously got to take this thing to Alaska as well. So I don't know when I'll do that. Probably won't be this week. We'll probably give it a break here. I may do one more stream in it before we set her down for a second, because I do want to showcase the floats version. Gotta showcase the floats. And to be honest, I haven't done much float plane aviation, so we got to get that in. We may try to do that, you know, just a little maybe group flight if some of you guys want to tag along and just muck a buck or something like that. This weekend, you know, we could definitely certainly arrange that. But upcoming streams, we've got our NASCAR VIP transport, as always. Not sure what we're going to fly, but that's going to be a flight from Vegas to South Carolina, as they're racing in Darlington this weekend. So I got to figure out if we're going to do that. We'll probably do that Saturday. Midday Saturday is when we'll probably do that. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel for that. Easiest way to get notified is by joining up in our Discord, and or making sure you're subscribed to the channel with the bell notification run. There's my plug. There's my plug. It's free. All right, this is technically our transition into the approach, and we'll be descending in 3 minutes. And let's see, do they have a CTAF here? Yes, they do. 118.3. Bradshaw traffic, Seabreeze 1286 overhead Zapata, 7,000 inbound for the RNAV runway 07 approach, Bradshaw. All right, let's see what our minimums is going to be for this. Get set up for this, 1,270 feet. All right. And we'll lower our altitude here. What did it say? 3,200 initially. Good to go. And we'll actually go ahead and arm the approach as well. We might have been a bit too late on that, but we'll see. All right, vertical track. Keep an eye on our FOD ingestion as we go through these clouds. We may need to go open the bypass. All right, let's start down. We'll go 1,000 foot a minute, and we'll pull some power off as we start down the hill here. Yep, see, we got FOD ingestion as we're going through the clouds. It's picking up some water droplets. See how it goes to none now? So it is actually picking up that we're going through visible moisture. Which that's cool. That's cool as hell that it knows that we're in a cloud. Yeah, absolutely, Zato. Definitely got to do some bush flying. I can't wait to head back over to Papua New Guinea. It's probably one of my favorite places to bush fly is Papua New Guinea. Made famous by Missionary Bush Pilot on YouTube. I watch his channel all the time, at least a couple times a week. Still not getting our RNAV indications, but we may be a little too far out. We may get it as we come on the final approach fix. And we'll actually need 2,000 set in the altitude window. That's fine. So this is pretty much a long extended base leg. Bradshaw traffic, sea breeze 1286 overhead on mono at 4,500. Inbound for the RNAV runway 07 approach. Bradshaw. Alright, there's our RNAV stuff coming in. We've got the indications there for the glide, and we also have glide slope armed there. And again, the airplane will fly the RNAV approach. up to Lamodo or Lamdu. Lamdu. We'll make our turn to final. Keep the speed just outside of the white arc since this is a long final here. 1,000 feet to go. We should have actually leveled off there at 3,200. So now we'll have to maintain 2,000 for a good bit here until we intercept. $13 miles out. We turn final. Crash our traffic, Seabreeze 1286 overhead, Lamdu, 2000, inbound for the RNAV runway 07, 12 mile final, Bradshaw. Man, I love flying out here in the islands. Nice quick hops, beautiful scenery, weather that pops up out of nowhere. Let's see which way we'll be going once we land. Single runway will exit stage right at Bravo. Only place really we have to park is over on the GA apron. They'll have to unload us from there. Look at the Maersk cruise, I mean not cruise, the Maersk container ship, look at that. Alright, we've got the runway in sight out there. Crash our traffic, Seabreeze 1286, 6.5 mile final, RNAV runway 07, Bradshaw. Oh snap, we're not even on the right frequency. Crash our traffic, Seabreeze 1286, 6 mile final, 5.5 mile final, RNAV runway 07. Bradshaw. Alright, there's the RNAV glide. Vertical profile captured. We are on the descent. And we'll start pulling some power here. Props can go full forward. And we'll start pulling some power here. And dirtying the aircraft up a little bit more as if it could get any dirtier. We'll swap you over to sterile cockpit. All right, white arc, first notch of flaps. I have the airplane. Little breezy. Got 2 red, 2 whites on the poppy. Definitely a little breezy. Woo! Got a little sink right there. That was a little hard one. That was a little hard one there. But welcome to St. Kitts. We'll get over here real quick and plan up for the final leg into the most challenging one tonight, St. Bart's. Bradshaw traffic, Seabreeze 1286 clear of 07, taxiing over to the GA ramp via taxiway Bravo, St. Kitts traffic. Oh hell, for real, I guess we could, yeah, we could use over here. Yeah, we'll park over here. Just as good as places any. Alright, let's stop and get a marshaller here. which way he's trying to goddamn direct me. That's alright, this is good enough. Because we gotta go out to the right anyway. Parking brake set. It's all good. We'll unload all of our cargo here. Cool. And we will go ahead and get all right, leg 2 done, gents. Where the hell is Zato? I don't think Zato came in yet. That was fun. I'm really enjoying this aircraft. Really enjoying this aircraft. Alright, we'll get that out of your way. Let's close this leg out on Volanta. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that one was a little harder. Negative 155. That's airliners, airliners landing rates there. But not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so I'm going to plan up this next leg real quick. We're going BEZ 1286 again. And we're going over to St. Bart's. This is finna be crazy. TFFJ. Here comes Auto. And we'll add a plan. This is finna be crazy. Alright. Should be about 40 minutes. Nah, less than that. It's shorter time than the leg we just flew. This is giving us 40 minutes, but this is only 45 nautical miles, so we'll plan it up. We'll also pre-file it on VATSIM. Let's disconnect. Got that pre-filed. Cool. Now let's uplink it into our aircraft. Well, all right. Cool. And let's bring it into Navigraph. All right. TFFJ. Okay. 6,000 on over there. 850 pounds of fuel. See what we got right now. We've got 1,200 pounds on board, so we got more than enough. What are we looking for as far as weights? 69.22. 6816. That's close enough. We're good. I'll keep what we got. All right, we'll close all of those doors here. We'll get the ladder stowed. Get the door closed. And other than that, I think we're good to go, gents. All right, let's come down on the tunes. And we'll go battery on. Fuel selector's on. Beacon is on. Nav lights is on. That's on. Good to go. Clear prop. All right, let's import our flight plan. We're looking for, what is it? TKPK, TFFJ, activated. One zero. See if it's got a visual approach in here. Yep. Load approach. So this will give us some guidance. Let's see. TFFJ. Okay. All right, we're good to go. Let's get signed back into VATSIM. Go mode Charlie. Let's get some air con going. All right, gents, you guys ready? Let's get it. Last leg of the night, the most exciting leg of the night. Rush hour traffic, Seabreeze 1286 will be taxiing from the ramp area. Runway 1, correction, runway 07. Via taxiway Alpha, backtracking runway 25. Rush hour. Alright, taxi lights can come on. We'll go flaps 1. Hold the brakes, we'll release them, and let's come off and out to the right. Oops, I just taxied right on through Dangum's Auto. Alright, while we do our taxi, let me update this. Crash out traffic, Sea Breeze 1286. Backtracking runway 25, lining up runway 07. Crash out. Hot battery, we got to get this thing up in the air. Alright, we got a slight crosswind out of the right. And Bradshaw traffic, Sea Breeze 1286, departing runway 07, straight out departure to the north and west. Bradshaw. Alright, lined up, lights, camera, action, we're all good there. Temperature, let's see what we got. Cabin, 68 degrees is the target. It's hot here. Turn that down a little bit. It is absolutely hot here. Alright, let's get it, guys. Tug us in chat if you got it. We'll hold the brakes, set takeoff power. Look for 1900 on the prop and 1850 on the RPM. Brakes release. Rotate. Flaps up. Crash out traffic. Sea Breeze 1286 clear 07. Departing to the north and west. Final call, Bradshaw. Alright, we're gonna hand fly this leg. That's what we'll do. We'll hand fly this leg on over. Beach down there. trimmed out nicely here. Weather back behind us. Oh no, that's the terrain. I thought I was seeing some weather on there. Thought I was seeing some weather on that thing, gents. So we could, in theory, give ourselves a little shortcut. Instead of going all the way out to there, let's see. If we go in and actually activate our approach now, yeah, we'll go ahead and come on around to the left now. Bit of fog, but nothing too serious, just some moisture. And like I said, we'll hand flower on over on this leg. Looking for 6,000 on the cruise. Man, look at this. ITT's looking good. Engine instruments all looking good. Thousand foot to go on the climb. Get replays on this one. Through our altitude, not paying attention. Alright, let's get her trimmed out here. Looking good, gents. Let me see, what does this thing say here? No approaches. Oh, we got the visual here. Let's see what this says. 1,500 feet. Course 103. Let's start our descent down. Slight descent here. We are 23 miles out. Down to 1,500 just for reference. Goddamn hands getting clammy, y'all. This one's about to be a butt pucker. Tell you what, we've done a good job with the aircraft tonight, conserving that engine. Absolutely amazing job, if I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. So we're pretty much setting ourselves up for a long extended base on possibly about a 6 to 10 mile final, or we can just go in at the 3 nautical mile mark, That's kind of what we'll aim for here. We're pretty much on a long extended base now. And we'll continue our descent on down. We're 16 miles out. Continue our slow descent on down. Let's see if St. Bart's has a C-tab. Looking good, guys. We are 13 miles out. Take it. Yeah, me too. All right, looking good on the descent, about 500 foot a minute. We do not want any extra speed going in here because we're going to be probably at like between 10 and 20 degree down bubble. I mean, coming down the slope of a mountain or a hillside. I mean, it is probably one of the most uncomfortablest landings or approaches, I think, in aviation. I've never flown on it myself, but it's on the bucket list to visit St. Bart's sometime soon. Well, when I went to St. Martin a couple years ago, if it wasn't for the fact that we visited the island on a cruise, I would have got a flight over to St. Bart's. You know, just to fly that approach, just to ride in on that approach. St. Bart's traffic, sea breeze 1286, 8.5 miles to the southwest of the field. Pretty much on the right base for the visual approach, runway 10, St. Bart's. All right, gents, we're going to start the replay now, or the recording, because this is about to get spicy. And we're looking for 1500. I think that's the hill we slice across right here. Right there. Approach check. I don't see any aircrafts on final approach here. All right, there's our 1500. St. Bart's traffic, Seabreeze 1286, 4-mile final, visual approach, runway 10, St. Bart's. All right, white arc, first notch of flaps. Three miles, we can start a slight descent. There's our 3 miles. We'll start bringing the speed back here. All right, guys, probably one of the most challenging approaches you can do in the sim. We've got it recording. Notice you don't even ever see the runway until you get to the top of that hill. And there it is, peeking out. There's not much room for a go around here. And as you get to the hill, you're gonna start getting buffeted by the terrain and the wind. All right, here we go, gents. Oh! Whoa, all right, go around, go around, go around. Go around, go around, go around. St. Bart's traffic, Seabreeze 1286 on the go, runway 10. Yeah, we got hit with something. Come off to the left. Get that water down there. Man, that's lovely. St. Bart's traffic, Seabreeze 1286, left crosswind, runway 10, St. Bart's. Yeah, we got hit with a gust or something. Got a little slow and almost slammed into the top of that hill. And so we opted to go on around. St. Bart's traffic, Seabreeze 1286, left downwind, runway 10, St. Bart's. That was tasty. 737 MAX is inbound? Really? Come on, bro. I hate people that fly unrealistic aircrafts into this airport. I mean, I get it. It's a challenge. I mean, but come on. Come on, man. All right, we're gonna go out to our three mile mark here. Turn base, beam the 3 mile mark. Yeah, that definitely was spicy. We can keep our speed up a little bit. We got a little slow on that one. Try to keep about 80 knots. Final approach, clear. Make our turn. St. Bart's traffic, Seabreeze 1286, left base, runway 10, St. Bart's. And St. Bart's traffic, Seabreeze 1286, 3.5 mile final. Visual approach runway 10, St. Bart's. All right, take 2, gents. Let's get it. There's our 85 knots. Let's try to maintain this. Yeah, she does get breezy as we get close to the island. Boy, we threw it in beta in the air, didn't we? Had to do that. Welcome to St. Bart's. Man, that was spicy. I couldn't even reach over and dump all my flaps as we touched down. Woo! Zato says he had to go around too. Let's get on over here so we can watch him come in. Backtrack now. Got you, Zato. Yeah, St. Bart's traffic. Sea breeze 1286 is clear of runway 10. St. Bart's. Alright. Park brake is set. So let's go ahead and shut her down. Let's see how this aircraft does on the replay. We'll stop the recording now. Man, that was spicy. You hear me? Absolutely freaking spicy. All right, let's jump out and catch Zato coming in. And then we'll run a couple replays here. Should sit back. Yeah, we should sit back here. You know what? No, let's go up on the hill. Should we go up on the hill? I'm just afraid my camera won't rotate fast enough. Here he comes though. All right, here he comes. Here comes Zato. The hell are you doing, Zato? Oh my God, did he break the nose? He's squirrely. Oh shit. Bro. Oh my God, he's dead. He's dead, man. He is dead, man, on that one. Bro, tell me that didn't look exactly how that looked. Oh man, that was absolutely insane. He was squirrely. Oh man, guys. All right, we'll disconnect from VATSIM since he's on multiplayer. Oh boy. That was absolutely insane. That was an absolutely insane approach. That was insane, guys. Beautiful little airport, man. I have to go check this airport out one day. Look at that. Holding the brakes on touchdown was a bad idea. Yeah, I did not. At least you tried something. I threw mine in the beta range by mistake, actually, in the air. I didn't know you can go in beta range in the air on this thing. But it helped us out. I mean, we were C-130 in there, bro. We were in beta range before we even touched down. Ah, that's dope, man. That's dope. I had fun on this one. All right, let's do this, gents. Let's go ahead and hop back aboard. And I'll see, I won't restart the aircraft. I'll just get the batteries and stuff on. And let's see how the aircraft does on the replay, if everything will sync. I'll do my lights. But I just want to see if everything will sync back up. And so we'll go boom, boom. Give her a little throttle. And let's go play. All right, looks like everything except the avionics, so we get the avionics on. All right, let's watch our first one. This is going to be the go around. Let's get a little closer here. All right, we'll watch it from right here. Yeah, we came in that thing stupid. Stupid scary. Yeah, we were slow. We were too slow. Just look at it, the way she was fluttering. Almost hit the ground there. Stall warning horn came on as we tried to save it. All right, let's watch it from here. Yeah, look, we were about to stall. Almost hit the ground there. Man, this thing has really nice flyby sounds. Yeah, same thing. Sudden downdraft on the hill. Yep. That coupled with the fact that we were hella slow. Here, let me see if I can go and sit up on top of the hill. Here, let's watch this one from up on top of the hill as well real quick, and then we'll go to the actual landing. But yeah, that was crazy. All right, let's sit up here. We almost slammed right there where that guardrail is.
Remember when shit went down? You were there, you was out of town. I was out of mind, you was out of bounds, I was out of touch, going round and round. When I phone no tantrum.
All right, let's see where we at. All right, here we come. I don't know who that is. Oh, that's somebody, I guess, by the land. Yeah, look, we were close to stalling. Yeah, we were close to stalling. That's why we were so tethery like that. Look at the bobble. We were close to stalling. We'll zoom it out this time. And just watch the teether. Oh damn, I ain't even hit play. Watch how we teeter. Yeah. All right, let's fast forward it to the actual next landing. All right, this is the actual landing. Second attempt. A lot faster, a lot more stable. On center line though, we on center line, but damn it if we ain't dropped that thing in the beta range in the air. I maybe need to turn that setting off. I think that's that unrestricted beta range. I guess that's what that is. That's absolutely insane. All right, let's ride. Let's ride on board here. Zato, you said you Hail Married your second attempt. Now, I came in a little faster, a little more under control. I was still a bit high over the hill, but that's better than what we did on the first go around. I mean, this is a really challenging approach. And you ought to see these guys in real life, like working that yoke. Let's watch one from here. I mean, smack dab on the center line with all of that bouncing. That was a cute. There we go. Good. Taking a crap ton of shots. That was a 3-point landing too. Damn, that was a 3-point landing. See, where else? You don't get no approaches like this in the tube liners. Where else could you get some virtual butt puckering daggum approaches? I mean, this was fun. I'd like to get good at approaching into here, but I believe this is like a captain's only landing, a daylight only landing. Like, not everybody gets to land into St. Bart's. Crazy. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Oh, I got another view here. There we go. Let's get this one. If I attempted this in the Starship, carbon fuselage is split in half, right? If you attempted this in anything other than what comes in here normally, I mean, these things, the aircraft that come into here are rugged, man. This is like a carrier landing coming into here. I couldn't even reach down to dump my flaps, bro. I was just trying to keep her on the runway. Why is the tower view all the way the hell up here? Let's see. All right, let's watch one from here. Where we at? Damn, you can't even see. All right, here we go. Man, look, we was smack dab on the center line though. Smack dab on it. Not even gonna hold you. Oh, let me bring that back. Look at that. Smack dab on the center line. I'll take it though. Oh no. Oh no. Man, that was fun. That was fun. Let's see, we got any other camera views here? Let's see what runway 28 is. All right, let's get one from here and then that will do us. All right, gentlemen, I will leave you on this one here. As always, it was a blast sharing the Black Square Caravan Professional again with you guys tonight. Love this airplane. If you get a chance, just pick it up. Pick it up because you'll love it. So yeah, rest of the weekend is open for us. We do got the NASCAR Transport VIP stream to do. That'll probably be on Saturday. If we manage to get something out tomorrow, you'll know about it. The best place to know about it is in my Discord. Link is in the description for that, or by subscribing to the channel with the bell notification rung. Until the next one, guys, I've been your boy Leo, signing off from St. Bart's. Man, look at that. Look at that. Man. Crazy work. Crazy work. But yeah, boys, take care of yourselves. Do something that you're passionate about, and I will see you this weekend. Peace. Definitely a fun one, Zato. Appreciate you for joining in with us.